So, we are to talk about Bogusław Schaeffer. And it is a very complex task because there is so much to say and so much to tell. Schaeffer is an exceptional figure in Polish music. And I always wondered why such names as Lutosławski and Penderecki and Górecki, of course, and other great masters of Polish contemporary music, why they are so much better and widely known outside of Poland than Schaeffer, who actually was called the father of modern Polish music by the great composer and actually music critic, Kisielewski. And it is perhaps because Schaeffer, as a musician, was always in the A-list and at the very top of everything that was modern, that was avant-garde, that was unusual, that was experimental. And, he also proved to be a difficult enfant terrible of Polish music. And when he started composing, he decided to go even further than the most avant-garde composers of the day. He decided, as a polymath, as an incredibly gifted person, he decided to revolutionize music performance by going after notation. Now, Schaeffer took a very radical approach. He decided to draw pictograms, basically, paintings, graphic art, that he would then explain the shapes, the colors, the proportions to the performers, how to interpret them. And it was a challenge. And maybe that's why the name Schaeffer is not as well known as that of Lutosławski, Górecki, Penderecki, Kilar, all these modern 20th century Polish masters. In fact, there is no other Polish composer who went that way. We have some lovely manuscripts at the Polish Music Center. They contain sketches for such work as 8H2P. Well, what is 8H2P? You see, a title itself is like a Dada exercise, right? This goes again into another side of Schaeffer, the enfant terrible of Polish music. He calls this piece 8H2P because the English translation of it is 8 hands, 2 pianos. 8 hands, 2 pianists. There is also a piece called Experimenta for 1 pianist and 2 pianos. So imagine the guy running from one instrument to another, playing with orchestra. Or imagine a work like Nonette for 9 oboes and 3 oboists. 3 oboists. Well, so one guy blows into 3 oboes at the same time? Amazing, isn't it? So this gives you a sense of experimentation, of being a bad boy, of trying to get to the essence of music, which is actually reactive as an emotional response of the performer to the material that is provided to him by the composer. But there is a nice quote from Schaeffer about his own works and his experiments. And he says this: "My compositions can be divided into experimental works, including experimenta for 1 pianist, 2 pianos, an orchestra, a nonette for 3 oboists, each of whom plays at 3 oboes at the same time, and about 20 other works that have brought me embarrassment, but also respect. though supposedly one should not experiment that way. And lighter works, which include compositions such as Kesukan and Quartet 2+2, and serious works. Most of my compositions, including Concerto BACH for organ, violin, and orchestra, the Concerto for String Quartet, and orchestra and orchestral and electronic changes, and pleasant works that are nice to write and which simply sound nice. So, we have a composer who clearly enjoys his task of being creative in every way he possibly can. Thank you.